Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Laura Canfield Show, the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. And today we have a brand new topic. I don't think we've talked about this ever before. So we're talking about astro-numerology and a most in-depth astro-numerology course that's being given by Sushant Shhah. And so some of what we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk about what is numerology, how does numerology work, how can numerology save you from taking hundreds of healing sessions for any area of your life? And I know so many of you have taken so many healing sessions, right? We're going to talk a little bit about the course, the content of it. And we're going to, take some live caller questions as well. We're going to talk about the sun. I don't know what that has to do with numerology. We'll talk about that, right? The energy giver to Mother Earth, and I love the sun. I'm definitely a sun worshiper, as you all know, sun goddess for sure. So we're going to be taking caller questions as well, and we'll see what else comes up. And so for those of you who don't know Sushant, he was here last season in March for the first time. We had a wonderful conversation. It was fantastic. And he's a wonderful healer. I work with him myself, and I definitely think that, it has made a difference. So Sushant is, not a healer per se, but a facilitator, a multi-modality practitioner, and a medium. There's many different ways that he can describe himself, but he prefers to introduce himself as a learner at a core with passion into integrated wellness therapies. And he says, having my skin in the game of healing, divination, and coaching for more than 10 years already, you might consider him an expert. And that's what people call him. He's an expert. And, when I worked with Sushant, he was definitely an expert in the Psych K. That was the first time I'd done the Psych K session. It was wonderful. I highly recommend it. It was, amazing. So Sushant is back here with us today talking about the astro-numerology course, and we're going to learn a little bit more about that. So I'm so glad that you're here, Sushant. Can't talk. I'm so hot here. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alara.
I'm so glad you're here. And I just want you to just take a few minutes and talk about, numerology. So many of us, we've worked with numbers, we've looked at numbers, we've looked at what's my life plan number, what's my soul plan number, what, those kind of things that you find on the internet, right? We've done that, but it's not really exactly what you're going to be talking to us about today, right?
Yes. So very first thing I would like to ask to all the people over the call, I think there are 21. Tell me, what do you think is numerology? Just type it in the chat box, or if you can unmute and tell, just do that. We'll just be finishing this in 3 minutes. So be quick, unmute yourself and tell, except the people either who have done my course or who have been any of my calls.
Yeah. So what does numerology mean to you, right?
Correct. What does numerology mean to you? What definition you have read on the internet? Something to do with the date of birth. Yes, Kathy, it is something to do with date of birth, but the art of using numbers. Okay, second geometry, very good. Angela says the art of using numbers to determine events in one's life. Very good. Meaning of numbers. Yes. Geometria. Okay. Divine codes. Okay. It's kind of everything. Correct, Jennifer. It's kind of everything, because everything in the universe can be expressed or measured with numbers. And it is the stuff Madonna is crazy about. Okay, number have everything to do with life. Yes, correct, Deborah. So basically it's about everything. But then many people will tell you numerology is a separate science. It's all about numbers. But if I want to tell you a one language definition of numerology, it is a sub-branch of astrology. How many of you knew that so far? Tell me. So astrology, in astrology, we take the date of birth, time of birth, and place of birth of an individual. And basis that, we chart out their chart, and then we can track out their life events. Whereas in numerology, the place of birth and time of birth are ruled out. Only date of birth is required and name of the person is required. and basis that we do the calculation. A good astrologer can give you up to 95 to 97% accurate predictions, whereas a good numerologist can give you anywhere between 60 to 70, 75% accurate predictions. The best part about numerology is, even if you want to learn, say, reasonably well an astrology basics, you might take at least 3 to 4 months. You might take 2 to 3 months to learn, and you will have to 3 to 6 months, you will have to practice, and then you will get the reasonable accuracy. Whereas in numerology, you can learn it within 50 to 60 hours. And just after 10 charts, you can get accuracy of more than 60%, 50 to 60%. So it's very easy. It saves you from complex calculations or going through difficult charts. So this was all technical part. Now, where numerology can be applied? It can be applied right down from your company logo to the music you listen. Yes, you can listen a particular kind of music which can help you earn good money. You can have a particular color or shapes in your company logo which will attract abundance, more clients, or you can have certain shapes which will attract consistent losses or even health issues for you. This was something I'm telling over and above what you would read on the internet, or even the description which you might have read on the page that was there. Yes, Alara, you had something to ask?
No, I was just fascinated by that point about, how certain symbols, shapes can affect your health, can affect your abundance, your success. It's like, okay, it's
Yes,
like I wonder what, symbols and shapes I have in my space that are affecting me in a negative way.
correct. So it's about symbols, it's about shapes. And when we talk about numbers, it's not only about date of birth. It's the number of the house where you stay. It's the number of the street where you stay, number of the apartment, building, the city where you stay, the country where you stay. You can apply numerology to everything. There's no limit. There's no limit to it. And you can analyze everything. Suppose when you are sending your kids for abroad education or job or in other city, you can choose the city where they will prosper very quickly, easily, and they will earn good money also.
But
Even
what if
that
you're,
can be done.
what if you're in a place where, the numbers are not good for you? Are there remedies for that?
Yes, very much. There are remedies for that as well. So there are internal as well as external remedies. And the best part about my course is, any remedy that you take from my course, it's not going to cost you more than the cost of one pizza.
The one
Simple.
pizza.
One pizza, that's it.
Mm,
You might need a A4 size book, a pen, that's it. Or maybe a copper plate, which you get it, which is very, easy to get.
right.
That, at most you will require these things. Other remedies are more or less of the internal nature, which needs to be internalized. So that's the best part about this course. Whereas in many course, you have been suggested gemstones, which will cost you in lakhs of dollars. Like it starts from minimum 2,000 to 3,000 US dollars when you buy a good gemstone. But in the course, I'll be also explaining that why I personally never recommend gemstones to anyone. Because understand, gemstones are like, it's like a steroids for your chakras or your aura. Now, like a human being cannot be taking steroids every day, or if a normal human being starts taking steroids every day, there are more side effects rather than good things happening to their body and overall well-being. The same thing goes with gemstones. Your chakra and your body needs to absorb its energy, and there's a process of using it, there's a timing of using it. If you just randomly use it, it can harm your body more than giving any good to it.
So, in India, using gemstones is a big thing.
Yes, very much big
Everybody
thing.
has gemstones of some sort that they wear, right? It's a big thing,
Yes,
big business.
everybody has a gemstone on their fingers, in their neck,
Yeah.
and Indians are pretty much fond of gemstones. Here, marriages don't happen without gemstones and gold.
Yeah. Exactly. So if you start sharing these remedies, some people are going to go out of business. Let me tell you.
Not necessarily, because there will always be both types of people, and of course, some might buy gemstone for remedy purpose, whereas some might buy just for the aesthetics, like they just want to look great. That's it. And if you wear it for just a day, no, there's no harm. But if you end it wearing for months, weeks, months, then it can harm you.
Okay, cool. Good to know. So that'll be another topic for another day. Talking
Yeah,
about gemstones and which ones, are good and which ones are, I guess it depends on each individual person, of course, right?
correct. So it's like topaz, red coral, even diamond is a gemstone.
Yeah.
Pearl is a gemstone.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Cool. All right, so how can we, like use numbers in our day-to-day life to help us in, everyday practical terms?
Yeah. So the easiest way of using number in your day-to-day life is choosing the house, car, bike, and also, it's very fascinating for you to know that you can even choose the right direction for do particular things. For example, there's a love direction, there's a health direction, there's a wealth direction. So if you are doing workout regularly in gym, you can calculate your direction as per numerology. In that direction, keeping your face, if you do the workout daily, it will give you maximum benefits. If in the wealth direction you sit and you talk to your clients and you close your calls, it will give you more sales. And there's a direction of five devils or even death also. So a death direction does not necessarily gives you death, but it gives a death to the activity that you are doing.
Uh-huh.
For example, if I'm calling to any client sitting in my death direction, that conversation will die. That client will never come back to me again.
Oh, wow.
If I buy new clothes, I go to a mall and I buy a new clothes facing the death direction, those clothes I will either will be torn off quickly, or somebody will, like, take it away, it will be lost, or something food or some liquid will fall on it and it will just go out of my use.
Oh, wow. Okay. Didn't know about that. That's so, but the directions, those are again numbers, right? So like latitude,
No,
longitude numbers.
yeah, so these are calculated on the basis of numbers,
Yeah. Got it.
basis on the numbers from your date of birth.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And this is just a one time activity. It takes 5 minutes. You calculate it once, you write down your direction in your home office. That's it. And the majority of your life is like sorted. You are doing everything in alignment with nature, whatever is best for you and your date of birth, and how the mother nature gifts you from particular ways of energies.
Right. Okay. So this is much more complicated than those websites that we go to on the internet.
No, this is much more simplest than those websites, because if you visit those websites you will get confused. One website will tell to apply Pythagorean numerology for name calculation, another will tell Chaldean, another one will tell Hebrew, the fifth one might tell Vedic numerology. So which one to follow?
Right. Yeah.
you know
Yeah.
so similarly for directions, you will find 7 to 8 different calculations. Now which one works?
Right. Yeah. So that's the
So
question. You've used this for yourself in your life and with your clients, obviously.
yes, correct.
Right. And so you know what works and what doesn't.
Correct. So it has been tried and tasted since 10 years. We have, and it has been taught to around more than 85 plus students, the current in-depth numerology course, and I have in total around 140 students from the past also. And we do have Jigisha, who have been also been trying this remedy since around 6 months, and she's also getting amazing results with this.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, Jigisha, we're going to take your testimonial a little bit later, or you want to do it now? I'm okay with either way.
Yeah, she's saying yes.
Yeah, yeah. So it's working. So Jigisha, do you want to unmute yourself? And you can share your experience.
Yes, hi all.
Hi.
Hi, Jigisha.
Hello, sir. I would like to say I have been studying under Sushant as a disciple and concept of numerology is amazing. The way the sir teaches is out of box. It is superb. And the results which I myself have got on myself is amazing. Even I have tried on my clients, and everyone is very satisfied with all the results.
Hmm. Good.
I would
So
like to,
can you give us a concrete example of how you used it and you saw a difference?
yes, I was facing certain health issues. After learning numerology under the sir's guidance, I come to know where exactly I was stuck up
Mm,
and which numbers were causing this. And I used the remedies which sir has given. So now I am seeing a greater transformation in my health. My health is improving day by day. The money area which was stuck, it is getting improving by the remedies. I mean, sir has given a clear vision how it works, how to apply, how to, and even my clients are getting wonderful results. I may say,
awesome. Good.
yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jigisha.
So, and that's the thing, it's like after learning, it's about applying what you learn in your life, right?
Correct.
Making
Yes,
changes. And so like we can't always move houses, right? We can't move, right?
correct.
So there are remedies to fix the number if it doesn't work. And what about if there's two people, like, it's me and my husband, right? So we have different birth dates, different everything. So then how would you consolidate both numbers and get a remedy, because we're both living here and we both want to be
Correct.
happy, healthy, wealthy, successful, etc.
Yeah. So there's always, we need to find a common number which is friendly to both of you. And if suppose if your house number is not matching you, for example, many of you might have heard about Rahu or Dragon's Head. That's a planet which is assigned to number 4, and that is said to be very inauspicious planet, which causes a lot of troubles, issues, and hardships and sufferings in a
Mm-hmm.
person's life. Now, the house where I stay, its number is 1003, which is totaling to number 4.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I changed it to number 6, just with a small change, without even changing my address on documents.
Okay.
So, such remedies you will be learning in the course. Like if something is not uh, matching, then how to match it, how to bring it to the best
Yeah.
without spending tons of money or shifting the house,
Yeah.
or
Exactly.
whether it is the need of an hour that you need to change that house, that if you change it you will see the significant transformation of your life.
Mm-hmm.
That clarity also you will get during the course. So it's best to have the clarity and you know for sure that where from where the challenge is coming.
Yeah.
And that's where the healing part comes in, as I have described, that you can save yourself from taking 100 healing sessions. Now I've seen many healers coming up on the Alara Canfield show, and every one of you would agree that our space contributes to around 50% of our energy,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the energy that we carry. And it's not only your space, but your car, your name number, your mobile number, every number, the colors that you use, the color that you put on your company logo, the kind of drawings, paintings that you keep in your house, even the kind of music that you listen,
Mm-hmm.
that also affects you in a positive or negative way. So once you correct these things, what happens is you you make your energy in alignment with nature, with whatever suits you, with whatever which is for your highest good and best.
Mm-hmm.
By this, you end up reducing numbers of healing session. It can be 50, 100, 200, 300,000 also. If you do a daily healing session for 2 to 3 years, you go with 1000 healing sessions. But if in any certain area of life you're not getting the result, of there is a repetitive pattern, like
Yeah.
you do many healing session, you get the result, but after maybe 3 6 months the same pattern again
Yeah.
comes back
Yeah.
in one or the another form. So these repetitive patterns can be broken with numerology as well.
Mm. So how is this different than feng shui or vastu?
uh, Vastu is completely as the name says. So Vastu is basically a Sanskrit word, and in Sanskrit or Hindi, Vas means to stay.
Mm-hmm.
We call it Nivas, the house. The house we call it as nivas.
Mhm,
So nivas means where to stay. Okay. And vas and tu means you.
mhm.
So vas tu means stay, you means the place where you stay.
Yeah. Mhm.
So Vastu is all about a structure, a building, a land, a factory. It's
Mhm.
about that. And Vastu never covers your name correction, your
Okay.
logo, your colors of your logo, your mobile number, bank account number, car number, house number. So yeah, these are not covered under Vastu.
Okay.
Vastu is completely energy science, like what kind of energy the land has,
Yeah.
the direction, the god and goddesses who govern those directions, and how your house should be built. That is Vastu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And a part of Feng Shui we are having in this numerology course also. So basically, I think someone had asked a question that which numerology I do follow. I think Linda had asked the question that which one do I follow. So I
Mhm.
would tell you, Linda, in the course I am covering the Pythagorean, Chaldean, Vedic, and the Chinese, which is Feng Shui, a little bit part of Feng Shui also. All
So
four,
I'm just gonna just
whatever.
I'm just gonna correct you for
Yes,
1 second. So Pythagorean, Chaldean, Feng Shui, and what was the other one?
Chinese.
Chinese. Yeah.
Yeah, Feng
And the
Shui.
Vedic. Yeah, and the Vedic. Yeah.
Feng Shui and Vedic.
Mhm.
So there's 5 types of numerology. What works best in all of them and what doesn't work at all.
Yeah.
So we will leave out what doesn't work. We will cover what works, and you will also get to know why certain things of certain branch of numerology don't work. For example, name correction as per Pythagorean. No, at least I haven't found good results. And even if you will Google it, you will find that many people are saying that they haven't found much beneficial results by using Pythagorean numerology.
Mhm.
The Chaldean works the best for name correction.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it's not just one type of numerology. It's 5 different types, and using what works and what doesn't, and with examples of what each one is better for, right?
Yes, that's why I have added these words, most in-depth course on astronumerology.
Mm-hmm.
This is like we will be going into detail and we'll learning whatever is required
Yeah.
so that you never have to go to any other course or you don't have to learn anything much. You get so much value that you can apply it in every area of your life.
Awesome. Okay, cool. Linda, you still have your hand raised. Did you have another question about that, or another question period?
Yes, yes. The Khaled, whatever that one.
Chaldean?
Yeah, that one.
Chaldean.
Is that the one that only stops at 8 and doesn't go up to 9?
Correct. It's Chaldean.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
All right, thank you.
Thank
I'll
you.
probably ask another one.
Yes, sure. You can ask as many.
I didn't know about that one at all, Linda. So I am not expert in numerology at all. That's why I'm glad Sushant is here to share his expertise with us, right? So Linda was
Yes.
also asking in the chat, in which I think a lot of people would want the answer for. Does it help with the frequency we should, does it help with the frequency we should listen to for abundance? And how does that work? How do we, well, I mean, that's not a good question, but so when you're talking about the music or sounds, you're talking about the frequency, like solfeggio tones and those types of things, right?
Correct. Those or even just the type of music, whether you should listen to rock and roll, whether you should listen to the classical Indian music, or should listen to the Western music, hip hop,
Mhm.
whether you should listen to the loud tones, soft tones,
Okay, awesome. Good to know, because it's like,
or a particular musical instrument like guitar, tabla, violin,
yeah,
flute.
yeah. Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, so that would be interesting. And would that be different for each person too?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. And Suella, I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. And she's asking, what can I use numerology in my daily life for? Oh, there you are. Hello, hi.
Hi, yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I was wondering, like, how can I use numerology in my daily life? What does it help me with? It's like you mentioned, there is energy work and other things that we do, like a meditation. So why is numerology better or?
Yes.
How can it help me when I relate it or when I compare to other modalities? What's
Okay.
different about this type of modality? This is new for me.
Yeah, and so
Yes.
I would just clarify really quickly. So, but just by saying, what can I use numerology for my daily life? That's a little broad. That's a really, really broad.
Yes.
So daily life meaning in the food that I eat, daily life meaning, the clothes that I wear, like or is it my business or how I relate to my children or my husband, like, what,
Yes.
like
Correct.
really
So
broad.
I will go with that. You get up in the morning, and the very first thing you do is maybe you start with your day with an exercise. Correct. Some of you might hit gym. Some of you might be doing yoga. So even my course, you know, in this entire course, all levels, it is also covered that which are yogasanas or pranayamas is best for you. It
Oh, wow.
starts right from there to the number of colors that you can wear, to which number color and number car that you can have, which direction is best for you for a particular activity, in which direction you can face. Like I covered, you can face sitting with your in your client's office, so that you can get the maximum benefit out of it.
Mhm.
And apart from that, it always comes to names. And whenever you know the date of birth of any individual, you can also instantly build rapport with that person. And on that subject only, we are also having one master class.
Mhm.
So rapport building using numerology.
Mhm. So yeah, so building a rapport with people with relationships. So it could be, your
It
children,
could be,
your spouse, your family members,
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
even
Or else
others.
you can have a good rapport with one of the client, where what happens is that client gets along very well with you. Like, sometimes we have particular kind of client in the organization, or in a large corporation, you have one client and who is always troubling every employee.
Mhm.
And there's one employee they get along very well with. So whenever a call comes from them, their call is instantly transferred to that person. Like, no, you manage him or you
Yeah,
manage her.
yeah.
You will know how to do that. And what are the reason behind that? What kind of word, vocabulary, and communication that you can use, so that they feel that they are understood. Even that is also the part of numerology.
Mhm. Does that help, Swala?
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
And
So I mean,
yes,
basically in a lot of different ways, right? So
yeah,
it depends
it
on what
can
it
be
is
in,
you're looking for, right?
yes, it can be in a lot of different way. The what I've covered just right now are few of them. And to answer your another question, compared to energy healing modalities, so see, these two are different things. What happens is, the good part about numerology is it's easy, and for the majority areas of life, it's just one time exercise. You
Mhm.
correct your name once, you choose your house once, you buy your car once in a 2 3 years, you buy your mobile number once. Correct.
Yeah.
So all this can be easily applied. Your directions is just 10 minutes calculation, and once you do it, that's it, set up. And by doing that, what happens is, when you align yourself with the energy of the nature, the recurring pattern of certain issues occurring in your life again and again stops,
Mhm.
so that the number of healing sessions that you might require are reduced.
Mhm.
Or sometimes you might just not need it, or sometimes you might need it less, or you might focus it on certain other area of life. For example, you can be more focused on only on money, only on relationship, or only, like, certain people have goal that they want, like, in India, many people I meet, many India who say they want to do kundalini jagran. So
Mhm.
kundalini is basically an energy which flows from your root chakra to your crown chakra, so you can focus on other things in life.
Yeah.
So that way it's different. Whereas healing, if you apply in healing, like it's psyche, whether it's star magic, or any other healing that healers are coming on the Alara Canfield show, healing can be more tailor focused to a one particular issue, and it will give you, many times it gives you immediate result, or very quick result. Like, you can see result maybe within weeks, days, or maybe months. Okay. Whereas with numerology, there is a gradual change. Once you change the name, you see, the day when you change the name, and 2 to 3 months from there, you will see lot of differences in your life, the positive difference, and your life will upgrade in lot of things.
let's say if number 5 is good for me, let's say based on my birthday, is
Yes.
this also a good number for somebody else? Or is it always depending on the birthday of the person? So what's good number for me? Is this number a good number for somebody else as well? Or is it just good numbers for certain people or certain numbers for certain people?
Yeah, it's always certain numbers for certain people, basis on their date of birth, basis on their name.
I've seen some people that they write numbers here on the wrist or on the wall.
Yeah.
Do you ever do that?
No, I don't do that. It's called as healing codes. So it has, yes, these healing codes are also practiced by many people. They do give good results, but this is not covered in numerology, because in numerology we are going in detail with just 9 numbers. 10 numbers, sorry, we are covering 0 also, 1 to 9 and 0. So we are going in depth with that and how you can apply it in all the areas of your life. Healing codes is something where you get the combination of these numbers, and there's a long list, like 200-300 healing codes. So that's a different modality altogether.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Good, thank you, Swala. Jen is asking, when does the course start?
Yeah, so mostly it would be the 4th week of June. I'm having one batch, and one batch would be in July as well.
Yeah. And Gina was asking, is this related to the numbers that are not in your name numerology being the ones that will be highlighted for your learning? What?
Sorry, is it related to the number that are not in your name numerology being the ones that will be highlighted for your learning?
Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, what do
Yes,
you mean by
yes.
that?
So what I mean is, when you do your name numerology, there are numbers that are not within your name. And those numbers are usually what you have, will be your obstacles, what you have to learn during your lifetime. And I wondered if it was the changes he was talking about, like changing the address. He was talking about his personal address to make it more positive for him. Is this the same type of thing?
No, it's a little different. So in name number, if you have certain numbers missing, they do have impact on your life, but I give emphasis more on date of birth and the numbers missing in your date of birth. And I will tell you why. Suppose my name is Sushant, okay? And let's take an example. My pet name can be Sam. Somebody might be calling me Sushi. Somebody called me something else, okay? So tell me, if you are being called by different names at different places. At house, people tell you by pet name. At office, you might have some other name. So then tell me which name's energy you will get. Correct? The energy is diluted. And also, what if in these two names, different numbers are coming? Then they are complementing each other. Isn't it? For example, a number 6 is missing in your main name, by which you are called in your friend circle, and in your pet name, where you are called by your family, that number 6 is present. So then these are being complemented with each other. So name number can be worked around with. We can do the changes in first name, last name. There are ways of doing that. And there's a very simple exercise where you just need a book, like a notebook and a pen. And with using that, you can uplift the missing numbers, the energy of missing numbers in your life.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Gina. All right, Stella, you have your hand raised. Go ahead. You have a question for Sushant about numerology?
Hi.
Hi, Stella.
I have to unmute myself. So if my house has all the fours, I have a 4474. I don't know, somebody told me that when I have so many fours, this wasn't no good for me or something like that. But does it go with my name?
It is basically, I would say yes and no both, because let me tell you, for number 4s and number 8s, if either your date of birth or the total of your date of birth is coming to number 4 or number 8, you will have a lot of number 4s and 8s in your life around you. Just check that. Any
Oh,
one of you here having your date of birth as 4 or 8. Even my destiny number is 8. So I have many number 8s in my life. Even my wife is number 8. She's psychic number 8, born on 17. So it happens, and nothing wrong with that, nothing to fear with that. We just need to understand how we can use that energy to our advantage.
oh,
Correct? So
right,
whether
right.
it is harmful in certain areas of life, but every number has a strengths and weaknesses. Okay, the strength you get naturally, the weaknesses also you get naturally with that number.
That's why
Now
two
when,
of my husbands are being number 4.
yeah,
Destiny number is 4 and I'm 3.
okay. So once you know the weaknesses of those numbers, and once you know consciously that, okay, these are the weaknesses and these are the points where I need to work, and these are the tools using which I can work on these weaknesses, then you can work
Oh,
around with them,
I see.
and you can balance out their energies.
Oh,
So there is
Yes,
a
so
way to balance the energies out or have them work in your favor instead of against you.
correct. And
oh,
also every number has a friendly number, whether it can be number 4, whether it can be number 8. Every number has got friendly numbers, every number has got enemy numbers also. So where your focus should be, how can I bring more and more friendly numbers in my life? Whether it could be house, car, mobile, the colors of clothes, the music, or any other way, or even the book and pen exercise I told you. So there are simple remedies which are shared in the course also, by which you can bring in more and more of these numbers into your life.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Awesome.
And you're going to be teaching that in your class.
Yes, I will be.
We want to know both, right? We want to know.
You're going to be teaching that in your class.
Yeah, he'll be teaching that in the class. Yeah.
Yes. So in level 1,
Oh.
there are around 6 remedies that I'll be sharing with you. Different remedies, remedy of direction, remedy of every psychic number. Like if you are number 4, then what kind of food you can eat, what kind of professions are best for you, what kind of yoga or pranayama you can do, and all that. Even
Oh,
a simple, in India, we call it yantras, but I think in Western countries, you also call it as magic squares, or people
oh,
use different names for it. So such squares for every yantra will be shared with you. And the unique part of my course is I'll be teaching you how you can remember all these squares for all the number 1 to 9 in a way that you will never forget it. And you will be able to write it in front of your clients without having to refer to the notes.
wow. That'd be
Yeah.
great. Thank you. Thank you.
So
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
So even with the level 1 course, Sushant, we can start using what we learned with our clients.
Yes, correct.
Awesome. Good. Cool. Linda was asking if your birth name comes out to 11, is that a 2 or 11? My husband is
It's both, Linda. It's psychic number 2, but 11 is a master number.
Mhm.
So we will take the reading of number 11 also, and we will take the number reading of number 2 also. But the number 2 reading will be predominant here, whereas 11 will be secondary.
Okay. Okay, so
Whenever,
Beverly, he just answered that little bit for you as well.
what does that mean for me? Also, 2 of my dearest friends are 22s. 22 is a master builder, and 11 is the number of transformation. But understand, transformation never comes in the easiest ways, So I'll tell the number 1 is assigned to the planet Sun, which is seen with the element fire. And number 2 is assigned to the planet Moon, which is seen with the element water. So tell me, 2 fires coming together, that is number 11, and giving you the result of water. So what are the qualities of fire and what is the quality of water? These are opposite to each other. So which means you have to go through such things in your life that you have to kind of, either change your personality or give up your ego, the me part completely, and change yourself 360-degree. That is to number 2, that is to water, in order to be happy and successful in life. That is the journey of number 11. But 11 is also, they are very good with healing. So any number 11 with healing, tarot, astrology, numerology, with all these sciences, they are really great, and they have very good intuition. And also they are very strong people. They can face any kind of challenges in life.
Nice. Good.
Whereas a usual number 2 is said to be a little weak, because moon is a weak planet. It doesn't have its own energy. It takes lights from the sun and then it gives you back in the night. Correct? Plus it has a waxing and waning phase. But for 11, that's an exception, because 11 is forming by number 1 having 2 times. Okay? I hope, Linda, this answers your question. And also, Beverly, your birth date I have answered. For your friends, you can invite them to join the call.
And Swal is asking, so when we sign contracts with people, we can use our magic numbers?
Yes, you can. Or else, not in level 1, but in the later levels, I also teach the predictive numerology, where you can go all the way from predicting your year, month, day, even hour and minute also. But hour and minute I generally don't recommend, because in life you also have free will playing equal part, So numerology, astrology, all the sciences play 50%, and your free will plays 50%. And the purpose of this sciences is to make you realize that where you should focus with your free will, so that you get the best out of the rest 50% of your life. Okay? So that's how you can improve your 100% of your life.
Awesome. And Diane's asking, do you include your middle name when calculating? Yeah.
If you are using it, you include it. If you are not using it, you don't include it. For example, you will see my name everywhere is Sushant Shah. I don't use my father's name. So I will calculate only my first name and last name.
No, but if she has a legal middle name, she's not going to use that?
If she's not using it, suppose if on her Facebook profile it's her first and last name, if on all her documents it's her first and last name, if somebody asks her, tell me your full name, and the name comes out from your mouth is your first and last name, then you should be focusing on them only. Again, here there is a difference between the number of technique that you follow. Pythagorean numerology takes full name into account, first name, middle name, last name. In Chaldean, they say whatever you use, those energies you get.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you, Diane. I don't have a middle name, so I don't have an issue, but my kids do, Beverly says, I've been focusing on Reiki and animal communication and service. So that sounds like that's good for 11s like me. Absolutely. Yeah, good for you.
Yes, Beverly, this is absolutely awesome for you. And you would grow like anything in these. Trust me. You will enjoy very good name and fame in any healing modality that you practice.
Yeah, good. Awesome. Keep at it. What about nicknames? Only if they're being used, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about nicknames, pet names.
Correct. We just talked a few minutes back about that if you have a nickname and you're being called by that name, yes, you will get energy of that name.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Whew. All right. What else? I'm just trying to see, like, there's so much that we can talk about with this course and numerology. Is like, it's like mind blowing how much more is actually available to us, especially the remedies, right? Because like I said before, like some things we may not know, like I might be facing the wrong direction right now. Talking to all my clients and doing all these shows, it's like, oh my God, what if I, and I can't necessarily change it because it doesn't work, right? So then there could be a remedy for that, so that I don't have to change my position, but it can be changed in some way that is fixed, right?
For direction, it's just you need to adjust your chair and table.
Yeah.
So I think it's
sometimes
easy,
it's not
maybe.
possible.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, sometimes if that's not possible, then you can focus on energizing certain numbers in your life.
Yeah.
That is the remedy.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Good. So people want to know about the course. So let's talk about the course. what, you know, like what's all included? When does it start? How long is it? So of course, you can all take a look at the special offer page, which does have some of the information about the course. And that's available at alara.at/show/Sushant6. I will put the link in the chat as well for you, but we will talk about it here in a second. All right, so I think you said already that you're going to be starting level 1 at the end of June, near the end of June.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, and so you know there's a course syllabus on the special offer page that describes a little bit about what Sushant is going to talk about, and which I think we've talked about most of that stuff or some of that stuff for sure, right?
Yes.
But there's so much other stuff here.
So it's around a long list of around 29 30 points.
Yeah.
It's better, people can just visit the page and have a look at it.
Yeah, exactly.
And many things are covered there. So
yeah, so there's a lot of information that you're going to share, but also remedies that you're going to share and examples.
Correct.
People, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And
examples, remedies, and after every course, we also have a support session, just like the one I had today from 7 to 9:30 p.m. Indian time. And then I'm right away joining your call. So, such kind of support sessions we have where whatever you have learned in the course, you go out and apply it in your life. And after certain intervals, we have such sessions where, you can come back and you can share your success stories or any particular, area of course where you need more clarity.
Yeah. Because sometimes, as we're doing the exercises, as we're practicing it on ourselves in our life, right? We may have questions or, need more clarity, right?
Yes. And Jennifer is asking, are they recorded if we can't make it live? Yes. You get the recording access of the course.
Yeah.
So it's minimum for 5 years you get as of now. So you can listen to it up to 5 years, as many times as you want. And you also get PDF notes also.
Okay, awesome. And it is $222. But for the first 24 hours, you get a discount or a special price of $199. So instead of $222, you can pay $199 in the next 24 hours. Within the next 24 hours, we're gonna.
Yeah, means the actual course price is 272 USD. But here on the Alara Canfield show, specially, it's 222 till 15th June. But right now, within 24 hours, you get it for 199 only.
Yeah, awesome. And so yeah, the course doesn't start until June, until the end of June. So you do have, a couple of weeks to buy if you want. But the 199 is only available in the next 24 hours. Just making that clear.
Yes.
So if you try and do it after 24 hours, it's gonna say not available or something. Some error is gonna come up. Okay, so what else is? I'm just seeing if there's any other questions in the chat about. Do you teach all the different ways in the course? Well, the syllabus is there, Jen, and of what he will be teaching, right, for level 1.
Yes.
And then this is, what if you're missing the number 8 and not many 3s? What if you're missing the number 8 and you don't have many 3s? There's remedies for everything. So I'm assuming there's a remedy for that. But
yeah, there is.
How do you already know that? How do you already know that, you're missing the number 8 and you don't have many 3s? How do you know that already?
From the date of birth, suppose someone's date of birth doesn't have a number 8 or number 3 in their date of birth. So that's what we call it as missing number.
So I know the chart.
Yeah, from your date of birth.
See, that's something like I've never done very much with. It's like I had a reading once a long time ago about the name numerology, etc. But I've never really done anything with it. So that's why I don't even know. I think my life path number or some number is 7, I think, but I don't even know. It's like And there's so many other things to focus on. This is one of the things that I have not, so now I'm thinking, oh my God, what do I need to know that I don't already know? Right? That could benefit in some way.
So just a quick tip for you, Alara. You said as it's this life path is 7. So 7 is ruled by Ketu, and Ketu is seen for spirituality. And 7 number is also good for healing. So that's what says that why you are in this field and why you are helping so many healers, grow them, and why you're collaborating with them. So that's all the number 7.
Totally
Spirituality,
makes sense, right?
healing, yes.
Yeah.
Even number 7 is good for technology. So anything to do with technology, that's where also you can prosper. And the number 7s have their own original ideas, most fresh and original ideas.
Nice. Yeah, mine are usually ahead of the curve, and what nobody wants to do it because like they're too new at the beginning when I first think of something, and it's like no, it's like okay, but okay, cool. So that totally makes sense for me, right? But when I was growing up and before I got onto the healing path, I was always spiritual, but I didn't always know that it was that I was going to become a healer, or that I was going to become a telesummit host, or doing any of this. It just was never on the radar. It was never on the
Correct. Life happens, and it's all the numbers that govern us.
Yeah.
And one of the usual remedy, or kind of simplest remedy that I give it to 7 number people is, if your signature is disconnected, that if you lift your pen while signing, just connect it. Don't keep more than 2 gaps in your signature. When you apply this remedy, you will see phenomenal changes in your life.
Okay, cool. I will have to look at that. I will have to see how I sign my name. Oh no, it flows. It's just one gap between first. Yeah. Okay, good to know. There's always so much information, right? And Jagesha says, yes, sir has given immense and in-depth support sessions till date. Awesome, good. And a lot of times with a course, people need the support as well afterwards. Yeah.
Correct.
Suella says, based on feng shui, I am number 6. What does that mean for you? I don't even know anything about that at all. It's like,
number 6, it has multiple meanings. And then Aurania is saying the sum of my birth date is 33. Does this have any meaning? Yes, 33 is also a master number, and it totals to number 6. So number 6 is your destiny number, or many people call it as life path number. And number 6 is governed by planet Venus. So like we call it, men are from Mars and women are from Venus. So Venus is seen for luxuries and all the finer things in life. So you either like it or you get a lot of luxury in life. The luxurious things and all finer things, anything that you see beautiful, any pen which is made beautifully, any computer like Apple iPhone, it's made very beautiful. The moment you see it, you feel like touching it. So every beautiful thing is world. Any human being that you see and he or she looks very beautiful, they have very strong Venus, number 6, planet Venus in them. Any painting that you see and you find it very beautiful, you say, wow, amazing. It has a touch of Venus, number 6. Awesome. So all beautiful things in life are governed by 6.
So like, for example, if my date of birth is like 1967, yes, I'm that old. It has a 6 in it, and I do like beautiful things,
Yeah.
It's like, I love art. I love, stupid, crazy crystals and you name it, but I love beautiful things. I love beautiful flowers. Nature is very beautiful to me. Like everything is, is partly the spiritual part of me too, but I can find the beauty in almost anything.
Yes.
And I appreciate it, because like there are some things like I can't do that. It's like that is so beautiful. I cannot do that, right? So so that's why because I have the 6 in the 1967, right?
Yes, correct. So that's what we call it as presence of numbers in your date of birth. Now suppose someone is completely missing number 6, and if the total of their date of birth is also not coming to 6, whether only date or date, month and year, all 3, then it means the 6 is completely missing from their life. So that
how would you just generally, how would you do a remedy for that?
We introduce number 6 by different ways.
Okay.
We give the missing number filling remedies there. The colors are there, colors of number 6, the qualities of number 6 are there. For
Okay.
every number there are relationship in your life also. For example, number 1, the very first relationship with number 1 is father, number 1 is son, and it relates to your father.
Mhm.
So if you treat and keep your father well, your son will always be strong, and when your son is strong, you always get growth in your life. Similarly, number 2 is the immediate connection with mother. This,
Mhm.
I'm just telling you one here because we have limitation of time.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
If I tell all, then it will be, the call will be prolonged.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
2
For
is
sure.
with mother. If you keep your mother well, if you respect her, you take care of her, your moon will be strong. And a strong moon gives you attraction power. Like wherever you go, people feel drawn to you.
I don't
They
have
will
a
look
two
into
in my numbers.
not an issue. Then you just, apply this remedy.
Yeah.
Either mother or anyone who is a mother figure in your life.
Yeah. 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 Okay, cool. Because it's like, I love my mom. She's great.
Yeah.
I'm good to her. I wish I could be better, but she's not here. But I'm really good to her. So yeah, good. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So it's interesting, and obviously we're not going to go through all the numbers, but each of the numbers has an impact on you in your relationships with
Correct.
life.
Every
Not
number,
just with people, but
yes.
with life too. Yeah.
So everyone, it covers all your relationship, even your servants, your employees, your boss, the government, the politicians,
Mhm,
the central government politicians, the state government politicians. All of this can be, categorized in terms of number,
mhm.
which number it is coming from.
Yeah.
And basis of that, if you start treating particular people good in your life, for example, if you start treating your maids or servants, if you have it at house, or your drivers, chauffeurs, uh,
We don't live in India. We
cleaners.
don't have it.
Oh, is it?
I wish we did. It's like, oh my God, we it's a long story. He's a servant, yes, but not really. But so whenever we need help with something at the house, Robert and I, we all call him Chotu. Where are you? He's not here. He's in India. It's like we need Chotu. But no, we don't have any servants or
Okay.
anything like that.
So anyone who works under you, even
Mhm.
your employees in your
Yeah.
organization, yes. So when you start treating them well, then there are few numbers which become strong in your life.
Mhm.
So like your Saturn becomes strong, and when Saturn becomes strong, then the things which have been pending since long, which were not moving since long, they start moving. You're stuck many. If you have lakhs and millions of dollars stuck somewhere in some land, some real estate project, in some business deal, it starts coming in.
Mhm.
So
Nice. Yeah.
these are the general tips, but there are more specific tips also in the course.
Yeah, of course. And we can't give all the information of the course here in this call, obviously.
Yeah, in just 1.5 to 2 hour, it's a very short time. The course is
Yeah.
like we have around 7 days daily. For 2 hours we have the call, so it's around 15 to 16 hours course.
Yeah. And Jen is asking, how many levels are there in the course?
There are total 3 levels.
Yeah. So this is the first level
Yes,
course. First level, then
this is the
second
first
level,
level.
third. Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. That's not too bad.
And anyone, yes, and anyone who would be keen to know the details of all 3 level, you reach out to Alara. I'll share with her the details.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, all right. So I wanted to go back to logistics for a second. So what the course is going to start at the end of June, and it's going to
Correct.
be like on Zoom, and then
Yes,
like once a
the
week,
recording
every
access.
day. How does that
No,
happen?
it will be daily. It will be
Daily.
daily. So
Yeah.
we start and we leave out the Saturday, Sundays,
Okay.
or if there are any public holidays in India, Dubai, or USA, we leave out those days. Like if, right now, though it's not there, but suppose if Christmas is falling during our course day,
Yeah.
then few days are holidays are there. So, and Sunday we keep a holiday, or we just take a opinion of everyone. And if everyone says yes, we can keep a class on Sunday also.
Okay.
So that way it finishes within 7 to 8 days, and then you study, you practice a lot, and then you come to the support session. You have any queries, you get it resolved.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
and then
So
it's just
so within 2 weeks you could be starting to use it for yourself and or clients or for fun, for family, and etc.
yes.
Linda's asking, would you be able to tell what lottery you should play?
Linda, I'll be able to tell you whether you should play a lottery or not. If your certain number is good, any lottery you play will give good result. But if certain numbers are missing or certain planets are ill placed in your chart, then they will give you bad results only.
Oh, wow. But there's a remedy for that.
Yeah, there's a number for that.
That's perfect, right? So even if you don't have a good number for lotteries or winning the lottery, there's a remedy for it. So then, you know, you will start to win the lottery. Maybe, possibly. I'm not a big lottery person, so.
No, for lottery, it more of works with the numbers present in your date of birth. So there, I have found the remedies like they work on few people, they don't work on few people.
Yeah, yeah. So
So that's
obviously
why I
I'm
would
7, so
suggest
yeah, there's
if you have
no.
a number, you go with lottery. If you don't have that number, then you go with the traditional ways of investment. Like you put in mutual fund, you buy land, or you know.
Yeah, yeah, got
Yeah.
it. Okay, so then you'll know at least whether, yeah, you should play the lottery or not.
Or you should not. Yeah.
Yeah, good question, Linda. Thank you. That made me laugh because I'm not a lottery person. So obviously, if I'm saying I'm not a lottery person, I'm probably not. Right?
Yeah.
Lottery numbers are probably not in my numbers, you know, because I already have that belief that no, I don't play the lottery, you know, I just don't.
Correct.
Yeah. So as your life path number changes every year, then our luck should come in 1 year out of the 9 years.
Yes and no both, because in this course there's something called as Dasha system of prediction of Vedic astrology. So where you know how only one planet governs your life for certain years. Like it starts from minimum life of every a planet is 7 years, and for Saturn it goes to 19 years. So once you know that, it's just the effect of that one planet major, and then during that 19 year again there are subdivision, like 1 to 1 to 2 3 to 3 years. In that also there are subdivisions of months. So if you go with that, I have found to be most accurate
So
rather than the standalone year calculation of numerology.
so that is the predictive numerology we were talking
Yes,
earlier.
predictive numerology. Yes.
Okay, can you talk about that a little bit? I'm just like, when and why would you use that? Like, how would you use that?
So for example, suppose someone wants to buy a house, then you can suggest them what could be the best time, whether this year is good or not, or whether next year is good.
Okay.
Someone wants to marry, someone wants to, you know, many people have certain plans. Someone wants to start their business, or they are doing certain business already, but they want to start a new line of business.
Right. Right.
Then you can suggest them the best time to start with these things, so that from the start itself, the activity starts giving them the very best result.
Okay, cool. Okay, awesome. I love that, you know, because, you know, a lot of times it can sometimes feel like we're, you know, pushing and pushing and pushing and things are not working, but it's just because it's not the right time.
Correct.
You know?
Yes.
And so when you know when the right time is, then can you influence that in some way so that it's quicker?
No, basically, see, there's always a good time for one particular activity and bad time for another activity. So if a time is not good for starting a new business, maybe it could be good for spirituality. Or if could be good with not good for spirituality, then it could be good for enjoying, like go for a holiday, go for a vacation, maybe start a new business, do something.
Right.
So different activities in life, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes the time is not good for both of these, then it could be good for learning new things.
Yeah, and we should all have a well-rounded life. It's not just about
Correct.
business, you know, it's not just about, I don't know, whatever, but it's like it should be well-rounded, where we're enjoying all of life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
Awesome. Good. Cool. Thank you. Whew. Thank you, Diane, for asking that question too. All right. Does anybody have any other questions, or is there anything else that you wanted to talk about or share? Specifically, Sushant? Just looking.
Let me just go through the meeting agenda once. Okay.
Because I think we've covered quite a bit.
Yeah, the planet Sun. So anyone who has studied numerology before, just drop yes in the chat box.
Yeah, mine is a no. I have not studied numerology. So if anybody has studied numerology, yes, Beverly has. Awesome, Beverly.
Beverly has, yes. So Beverly, can you tell me what all things do the sun signify? Either you can unmute yourself or just write it, and also the reason, like how you interconnect with them, like what kind of businesses you can see with planet Sun.
Power.
Okay, I think typing might take you more time. You can just unmute yourself.
Power, strength.
Yes.
Linda knows a little bit, but not enough. Oh, go ahead, Beverly. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's power, strength. I think always in terms of, obviously the beauty and power of the sun and the sunshine. So that's how I kind of remember it.
Correct. Okay. So now, as a special gift, what I'll do is I will just explain to you number one in my style. Yes, how I explain in my course. So number one is governed by planet Sun. Okay, in numerology. Now, Sun is what? Sun is the light giver to the Mother Earth. Correct?
Yep.
Light gives you vision. Vision gives you clarity. Clarity gives you understanding. And understanding leads you to the ultimate knowledge. Hence, number one is seen for light, vision, clarity, and understanding. And wherever you are missing all four of them, you introduce number one person or number one in that activity, and you will get all these things. Also, sun represents energy. So in a human body, what does energy signifies? One is the energy, we say that aura and energy and all that stuff. But on a physical level, what is energy? It's your bones. Once your bones are broken, your body is gone. It can't stand on its own. And that is why sun represents bones in your human body. Now, in our life, in what all forms we do see the energy? Energy means the electricity that we enjoy is the energy, correct? So there can be electricity generating plants, hydraulic energy, atomic energy, all companies or organizations which are working in energy, people working in those companies, buying shares or debentures of those companies. That is also related to number one. Now, again, for in a human body, your energy means your health also, correct?
Yep.
So who takes care of your health? It's the doctors, the medical practitioners, the healers, correct? So all these professions are also signified by energy. So if you are a healer, if you are a doctor, if you are a medical professional, either your sun is strong or when you started to study, your sun was strong. So that was a very brief description, like 20-30%, 10-15% of what I take in my main course. But I hope that was interesting for you and that was easy for you to connect.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Fascinating.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you,
very
Beverly.
much.
Thank you.
And there's a lot more. That was just a little piece about the sun and how it influences our life. And of course, there's so much more. For me, it's all about healing. It's about life. It's about giving me energy, giving me, generating the energy within me so that I can create, move forward, etc. When the sun is not around, I can tell you I'm not a happy camper. It's like when the sun's there, I was like, oh, I'm so happy. When the sun is not, it's like, oh God. I, for one, need the sun in my day-to-day life. So when I was living in Canada, we didn't have sun in the winter, especially, right? So a lot of people in the northern hemisphere in the winter, they get depressed, they get sad, right? It's a condition, and it's true because we don't have access to that energy as much as we need, right? So it's a life force, you know, for me, so I need it. It's like, that's why I was like,
Yeah.
I need to be outside in the sun. So I got a lot today. But thank you. And there's obviously so much more, right? So that's just a little bit. And so
Yes.
each of the numbers have a lot of information, but also how we can use them in our day-to-day life. Like that is like a daily thing, right? Talking about the sun, talking about the moon, talking about the different other planets, etc. And you know, that's our daily life and how we can use them.
Correct. So you can also know what kind of diet you can follow basis on your numbers. So you can design your diet, you can design your workout routine, you can design your yoga routine, your pranayam routine, and lot many things. There's no end to the application of numbers. It's just on the numerologist in how much deep, in how much details we can go.
Yeah, yeah. So there's a lot more involved than just finding out what your life plan number is, or destiny number, or soul path number, or compatibility partner number. It's way more than that. That's just the, you know,
Correct.
surface stuff.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, awesome, good. Whew, it's a whole science, isn't it? Numerology is a
Yes.
whole science, right?
Correct.
Yeah, awesome. And you've combined 5 different types of numerology into this program.
Correct. So whatever is the best working part or area of those techniques is included in this program, so that you get the whole and soul, experience and package which you can apply in almost every area of your life as well as in the life of others as well.
Yeah, awesome. And so if people have questions, like once they've taken the course with you and they have questions, like you said, you do support sessions, right? But can they also, do sessions with you, like numerology sessions with you? Because it's like, well, like, yeah, I learned it and it's fine, but I still have something much more complicated. Can you help me with that? Do you do that as well?
So see, when I teach the course, it will cover, one is daily you learn the course, and daily after the course, like daily syllabus is finished once, then also I take this question. So everybody has a question, anybody has a question, they can ask.
Mhm.
And another way is, yes, support sessions are there. Third way is there's a Telegram group in which everybody can post their questions. And if I think that, yes, this question would require a call or a Zoom, then yes, I won't mind reaching out to that person.
Okay, cool. Nice. Good. So the support is there, right? Because a lot of times
Yeah.
people have
And
taken a course or program and then there's no support after, right? So
yeah, and here the recordings are shared, the notes are self-explanatory. So I think in most of the cases in my course, once people reach to level 3, from there they start having certain queries, because there we cover the basics of astrology, and astrology is a little bit hard to understand for many people. So in the later part, like after even level 3 is 50% complete, from there I get to hear some queries from people. Before that, everyone is learning and everyone is saying, yes, we understood everything.
okay, good. That's good to know. Awesome. All right. So does anybody have any other questions for Sushant about whether the course or numerology in general, etc.? It was like, we still have a few minutes, so if somebody does have any other question that, so what, okay, so we talked a little bit about like how if you're starting to use numerology in your day-to-day life, it is quite possible that you will not need as many healing sessions. So if somebody has a condition of some sort, they can start to use the numerology remedies to help them.
Correct. Like we had Jigisha on the call. Now she was going to certain health conditions, and once she started to apply, I think it's been 3 months or maybe a little bit more, that she started to apply the remedies, and she's seeing that her health has started improving at a much faster and rapid rate, and also the recurrence of the issue can be stopped.
Yeah.
Like certain people have certain health condition which keeps on recurring. Correct.
Yeah.
You can put a break to that cycle.
Okay,
Because
good.
once you know that what kind of number is bringing in this issue again and again, you correct that number. So you are correcting it from the core, from the energy level, which energy it's generating for you.
Right.
And once that is corrected, yes, then even then you take any kind of healing session, Those healing sessions will also give you immediate and quick results, like much better results.
Okay, cool, awesome, good, because even though I do a healing summit, right, everything is all about healing. I don't want my community and my clients to continue to have the same issue or problem. I mean, I don't, so I want you all to be happy, healthy, wealthy, living your best life all the time. It makes me very sad when I hear about people, struggling or not being happy or having health issues. It's like, what can we do different so that they have a better quality of life? And this is what you provide in this course, is a better quality of life.
Yes.
The tools to create a better quality of life. So it's, yeah, awesome. And so it's very empowering. And, for that, I love, courses or programs that empower you to learn on your own and apply the teachings, so that you realize that, yes, you can change your reality. So something else is possible for you.
Yes, a lot of things are possible for you.
Yeah. How does it apply to find the number of a name?
How does it apply to find the number of a name? So see, for name number, there are different techniques. I follow the Chaldean one, and in my technique, there are two methods. One is just recently I'll be introducing in the next coming course. So one with the Chaldean is that you just one is the charting method, which is the best, where you bring so I have made a ready-made chart so that it's easy for you to decide. And in that chart, there are categories for the number: first best, second best, neutral, and worst. So you should always ensure that you bring your name to the first name, last name, and total to the first category. Once you bring it to the first category, it's like, sitting in a BMW or Mercedes, as compared to going on a bicycle or maybe walking barefoot. So that's the level of difference you get in your life. Yeah. So everything becomes easy and smooth for you. Your name, fame, the success rate, the quality of people you attract in your life, everything starts changing.
So do you have to legally change your name?
You might choose to, or you may choose not to. Okay. Basically, it's all about the number energies. So once you start writing it gets repeated again and again in your life. And once people start calling you by that name, or at least they start seeing that name on their screen. Yeah. So, whenever you read a name, for example, you are scrolling through a page and there a name comes, Alara. Yeah. Even if I'm not pronouncing it, but my mind has already said that name, correct? Yeah. So when my mind repeats your name, it sends that energy out into the universe. So that's how also your name change works. Yeah. Okay, cool. Because I can't change my name legally. So it's like, it's too complicated. Yeah, awesome. Thank you. Agree with you, Laura. The more happy and wealthy people, the better it is for everyone. When we have the money, we invest, purchase, create, and money circulates. Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, you feel better, you're experiencing joy in your life. And that's why we're here, to experience more joy, not just struggle. Okay. Sometimes we have moments, as you all know, but mostly it's about joy and experiencing joy. How about Prince changing his name to a sign? Yeah, he did change his name to a sign. But did the sign have a number associated with it? Sign basis on the letters that you use in a signature.
No, because do you know the singer Prince? The singer Prince, he had changed his name to a symbol. Yeah. Right. So
that can be done. Yes, that is covered in my course also in level 3, where I teach how you can make drawings from numbers, how you can convert number into drawing, paintings or symbols.
Right. Okay.
So in corporates, it is used, big corporate companies, you suggest them that you put these numbers in writing on your wall. They won't be keeping, because they can't keep it, correct? They're corporates. So then what you do, you convert those number into drawings and then you give it to them. Yeah. And you can literally charge them very well, and they pay also very good. Yeah. Yeah. Like even if you don't tell your pricing, you tell them, you send how much you pay, they will send you so much good amount that you will be happy with that.
Yeah, so it's possible, and it does affect your energy in your life and everything, changing
Yes.
a name to like a symbol. Yeah, okay. It's different, right? And obviously Prince was different and he was unique, and you know, he did what he wanted to do. I don't know how it affected his life, but you know, it is what it is. He's no longer with us. But all right, so I think we're good. So again, you know, please do take a look at the special offer page for Sushant. Is available at laura.at/show/Sushant6. The 24-hour price is only available for 24 hours. It's $199, and there is a 2-pay option. The course is going to begin at the end of June, near the end of June, and you can purchase until June 15th, you said, right? Yeah,
Yes.
so the price $222 will be available until June the 15th. Okay, after that, it will no longer be available. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, if you know, the price charged me $222, but which one did you, I'll talk to you, I'll fix it if that's the case. But you obviously you wanted the $199 one, right? Yeah, awesome. I'll fix that, no problem. But I will go back and check. Maybe I didn't put it in the right. You're right. I didn't put the right code in. I will fix that. Thank you for letting me know, Jen.
Thank you and welcome, Jennifer.
But yeah, so I will change that right away as soon as we get off this call. But yeah, please do take advantage of the $199 offer, so that you know it's a bonus, right? But it's a bonus of whatever amount, $23 or whatever. Take advantage of that, and then you know, watch out for an email from Sushant later in the month for the Zoom details, etc. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the ways Alara will be sharing with me all the details of all the registrations by 15th June, and from 16th onwards, I will start reaching out to you and we will form a group. I will start adding you, and then we will start the course. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Good. Sounds like it's going to be an amazing course, amazing program, and empowering for all of you to start using the tools to make, you know, small changes in your life, maybe even big changes in your life. But you know, it's like something tangible that you can actually use to you know, have a better quality of life for yourself in all areas, right? So there's going to be, you know, a lot of information. So this is just course 1, level 1, right? There's still a level 2 and a level 3. So, you know, hold on to your hats.
Yes. And if any one of you want to get a taste of it, like how the course would be or how the learnings could be, if that is what is your question is, then we are having a rapport building through numerology class on 23rd of June. So reach out to Alara, share your contact details with her. She will also send it to me on 15th, and then I'll reach out to you. Yes. She'll either do that or she'll share with you the page link. Either way.
I already shared the page link on the gift page.
Okay. So
that is already there. So if you want to join that 3-hour, I think it's a 3-hour workshop, 3-hour call.
And that's where you attend first. If you like it, even if you like it, you just pay $19 US. If you don't like it, it's all right.
Yeah. But then
all the learnings are
if you wait,
free.
Sushant, if they wait to do that call, they're not going to be able to purchase the package because that's after
Correct.
June.
Yes, that's there. Correct.
So just saying, right? Just saying, just putting that out there. So please do take advantage of the course, and then that will be an added bonus for you to learn even more. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Good. Whew, okay, that was a lot. Whew, thank you. There's so much to learn and so much to, you know, like look at in our lives about what we can change and what, you know, what needs to be changed even, and starting small, taking small steps and, you know, really looking at it and say, yeah, that something else is possible. We can change our reality. We can change our quality of life. And these, you know, you'll find some really simple remedies in this program to help you do that for yourself and for your friends and family and our clients as well. So that's awesome. I love being able to empower each other and support each other. And I wonder how much fun we can have by learning about this for ourselves. So thank you. And thank you for all the questions, and thank you, Jigesha, for sharing.
Thank you very much,
story.
Jigisha, again. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you,
It's
thank
such
you.
at this time she's on call. Like, that's really great.
I know, it's so late. I know. So thank you so much for being here with us. And Sushant, thank you again for sharing this
Thank
program
you
with
very
us. I
much.
know it's going to be amazing. There's so much wisdom that you have, and so much information. So information and wisdom and experience. So I think it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you very much to all. All credit goes to you. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible.
I don't know about that, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, everyone. So have a great day, afternoon, evening. Until next time, may you continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all much love and blessings always. Bye for now.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye for now.